Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about some of my top favorite vendors. One of you guys left a comment to talk about my top 5 favorites, and I thought it was such a good idea. I only have 4 though, because I was going through my wax stash and trying to put together 5 vendors, and I picked my first 4 immediately. And then I was struggling to find the 5th, and I realized that I don't have a top 5. I just have the top 4 because I'm going off of who I order from the most, the most consistent restocks for me, the people who I order from every month, every other month, pre-order, ready to ship, constantly go for their wax. And I'm basing my top off of who I order from the most frequently. There could be vendors that I love, for example, I guess we'll talk about runners up, if you will. I guess if I had to pick a 5th, it would be L3. I do love L3's wax, but she's not a vendor that I'm going to be ordering from every single restock. I just don't reach for her stuff as often, even though I love it. But there are some of her scents are a little too complex for me, or a little too bakery. And I find that when she does blends, it could be a blend of 3 scents. There's always one scent it takes over. And I never get all 3. I always only get one scent from L3. I think sometimes occasionally I can smell a little bit more, but for example, I have one that's sugar milk, wild berry, and lavender. All I smell is sugar milk. I don't get any wild berry. I don't get any lavender. It just smells like straight up sugar milk. I have one that's pink sugar, marshmallow, and lavender. And I have a pink sugar toasted marshmallow and lavender. All I smell is lavender. I don't smell any pink sugar. I don't get any creaminess from a marshmallow. I just smell lavender. I had one that was Mac Apple, Vanilla Lace, and Ocean Breeze. And Ocean Breeze is a scent note that I hate, so I tend to always pick it out. And Vanilla Lace is super strong. I tend to always pick it out. That melt just smelled like Mac Apple. It was the only thing I got. So it's really bizarre to me. I've noticed that in any L3 blend I've ever had, I never ever get all of the notes. I only get one dominant note. And that really is a big reason why I don't order from her, because some of the blends will sound so good, and then I'm yeah, but only one is going to stick out with me, and I don't know which one it's going to be, and what if it's my least favorite of the blend? You know what I mean? And that's why I just couldn't include L3 in my top 5. And then there are just other vendors that I do love, but again, there's just inconsistencies. There's a lot of vendors with inconsistencies, and if you know me, you know inconsistencies drive me fucking crazy. They drive me crazy. I cannot deal. If you have a product, just make it consistent. Even Bath & Body Works, I bet you about it. Some candles throw, some don't. Some burn nice, some have puny wicks. It just irritates me more than anything. So the top 4 vendors that I have picked, and why they are the top 4, is because, in my opinion and from my experience, I can only speak for myself, these 4 vendors have risen far above anyone else that I've tried in terms of consistency in throw, cure time, and restocks. So I don't mind a 5-month cure time, as long as A, I get a kick-ass throw after waiting that long, B, everything needs that long of a cure time. You know what I mean? I don't buy into this bullshit. I was well, this scent only needs 2 months, but this scent throws after 12 months. Fuck that shit. Just make it all the same. Make it consistent. It can't be that hard. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into my top. I want to say these are in order, but they're kind of not, because I kind of like them all the same. But I would say Zape Bath, honestly, may be my number 1. Oh, come on with the humping, Gatsby. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Jeez. Anyway, I kind of do think Zape Bath is my number 1. And what I love the most about Zape is Ashley is almost like robotically consistent. It's like insane. Like her restocks are so consistent every month. They're consistent every season. Like this, I'm going into, I guess, like my second year of ordering from her. And like she's pouring like the same fall scents that were there last year, and then she adds in a couple new ones. Same Christmas scent she had last year, she'll add in a couple of new ones. Like, you know what to expect. So there's lots of upsides to Zape. Really everything is an upside to me. I only have one, and I don't even think this is a negative. This is just kind of like factual from my experience. But the only like not positive, if you will, thing I have to say about Zape is that her wax doesn't last a year for me. Like, I mean, it'll last right around the year point. But like once it hits that year point, it's done for me. However, that doesn't bother me because, as I said, her restocks are super consistent. Like, for example, Vintage Chic may have seasonal scents, but like she'll have scents that she'll pour once and then you fall in love with it and then she doesn't have it ever again. Like, you can't rely on her. Like, let's say you love a scent. You can't guarantee that it's going to be poured this exact time next year. Like Zape, for example, if I love this Scoopable Pep Rally and this is a fall scent, I know, and like nothing is factual, nothing's ever 100%, but like I can pretty much like guarantee if I love this and I use it up this season, she will pour it again next fall. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to hoard it this season and get 15 fucking Scoopables to last me the next 20 years. Like, I can get one. I can use it this season. I can enjoy it. I don't have to be all anxious that I'm never gonna get it again. Oh my God, when is she gonna pour it again? Oh my God, there's Pep Rally. I have to get it in on this restock because God knows when I'm ever gonna get it again. I hate that shit. I don't like purchases that give me anxiety. Like, shopping is my happy place. Like, I want it to be calm and enjoyable. So like I'm saying, if I'm using this up and I finish it, I don't care. Like, if I finish this November, I'm good. I enjoyed it. I loved it. I got throw from it. And I will order it again next fall when it's back because she is consistent and that makes me happy. She may change the shapes. Like, for example, this lavender soda, you can get it in these little hearts. You can get it in the loaves. Like, that doesn't bother me. You can do different shapes. Like, as long as I know, like, a scent I love is coming back. And with Zape, I always know that it is. Like, she has her returning favorite. She has new ones. She is so personable in her group. Like, she's really built an amazing community, and you can hop on her group and you can ask her, like, hey, I love this one. Is it gonna come back? And like, she'll either pour it for you or she'll let you know when it's gonna come back. Like, you never feel that mad rush of like, when am I gonna get this again? And I don't like that feeling. Like, for example, I had posted about a scent called Wine Country, and it was like a fall exclusive scent, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. And someone else commented like, oh, I'm hoarding my last rose, and even I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this as long as I can too. And she was like, oh, I gotta bring it back sooner than later. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like you never know when it's gonna come back. That kind of drives me crazy. But anyway, she does all different types of shapes, from scoopables to these giant hearts that you can slice up into, like, I would say 5 or 6 pieces. These adorable cakes that are almost too cute to even melt. She just has like phenomenal scents. Like, her combinations are great. You can always smell all the different things in her scents, like all the different notes come out. She does need a minimum of like 2 months cure. I've tried some stuff after a month and sometimes it'll throw, but like, it's gonna get stronger in 2 months. Like, I definitely think 2 months is like prime time for Zape. And some scents will get stronger over time. And actually, most all scents will get stronger over time. I've only encountered one scent, and that was a pineapple soda that didn't get stronger over time for me. It just was a scent that unfortunately did not throw in my house. And that was that. Like, one out of, I've been purchasing from her for years. There's been one scent that I've had from her that hasn't had a good performance. The rest of these all throw amazingly well in my home. I just get a phenomenal throw from Zape. I love her shapes, I love her wax, love her as a person. She's super creative. She puts a lot of time and energy into her wax. Like, she's always making sure her product is top of the line. And again, it is super, super, super consistent. The cure time is consistent. 2 months. Doesn't matter what the fuck the scent is. You know, 2 months you are good to go. Cure time is consistent. Scents are consistent. Restocks are consistent. Like season by season, year by year, consistent. These are all things that make me very happy and make me want to give this company my money and shop from them and support them and enjoy their products in my home. So yeah, that is why Zape is number one for me. Her wax is, I would say, average to maybe a little bit above average price, maybe like a tad on the pricey side. However, she does rewards points, and like every time to every other time that I order, I always get like $2 or $3 off my order, which like takes a nice chunk out of shipping, because she has the reward system, the Zape beans. Every time you log in, you get beans for every dollar spent, and then like when you accumulate X amount of beans, you can take money off your purchase. You can use them every month like I do and take only a couple dollars off, or you can like save them off and then take like $5 to $10 off your order in like one go. I'm just an instant gratification type person. I like to use it every time. Her restocks are ready to ship, but in my experience, they are not crazy Hunger Games style. I've never had a problem ordering from Zape. The only time I've ever missed a product that I wanted or like missed something from my restock is when I forgot to set an alarm for the time that her restock is, and I go in like 13 to 20 minutes late. But even every time I've gone in late, there's always been more than enough on the site for me to make a purchase. So that is Zape. Number two, this is a tough one, but I think I am going to say Southbound. So Southbound, I like for many reasons similar to Zape. Number one being consistency. So Rachel is the owner of Southbound, and she is so consistent, and I love it. Her ordering style is every other month. Yeah, once. I think she does the same thing. 2 restocks per month. I believe, yeah, 2 restocks per month, I think it is. So every other restock. Every other restock is ready to ship. Every other restock is pre-order. So she caters to both sides of the coin. If you're the person who likes like go in fast, get your shit within the first couple seconds, the website's open, and then you get your wax delivered to your door like 3, 4, 5 days later, she has that option. If you're someone like me who doesn't like the anxiety type of ordering and just wants to take your time and roll through the scent list and do a pre-order, but the trade-off is you have to wait like a month to a month and a half for your product to come. I personally prefer pre-orders because I like to just take my time, enjoy reading through the scent list. I don't mind waiting at all. Yeah, she does both. So when she does the pre-orders, you can't get like these little $5 packs. Pre-orders are gonna be more expensive because you're getting a bigger quantity of wax at once. So pre-orders, you're gonna get these $10 bags, which I believe are 8 ounces of wax. I love these things. So, and again, Southbound is really consistent with the cure time. To me, it requires a very long cure time. I would say a minimum of like 5 to 6 months. Like 5 to 6 months. And then even at the year point, her stuff is still throwing. As it starts to go past the year, I mean, I've had some of her wax. So the oldest Southbound I had was 2 years old. And I got 0 throw from that, 0. But then I've had some stuff that's been at the most, I believe, a year and 2 months. And it was 10 out of 10. Like crazy strong. This one is what? February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. This is 9 months old. This is like stupid strong. Just 10 out of 10, phenomenal. This little thing throws incredibly well. Like fill the room strong. This one is probably about ready to give a try. So this is from the beginning of May. This is 5 months old right now. I guarantee if I melted this now, one flower, I would get a beautiful throw. I've recently just started melting my pre-order bags from April, and they are incredibly strong. Now, 5 to 6 months cure is for me in my house. That may not be the same for everyone. Last year in my apartment, I was melting Southbound that was a month to 2 months old. Not a month. I think 2 months is what I cured when I was in the apartment, but I know it was like half the time I cure now. And like 2 months in the apartment, I would get a great throw. I would get like an 8 or 9 out of 10. I just have more space here. Everything's very open. The ceilings are very high. There is airflow sucking the scent and tossing it around in every single room. So the reason why I prefer to cure my wax so long is because a lot of wax, at least these vendors I'm talking about today, the longer they sit, the stronger they get. With the exception of Zape, it's kind of like Zape is super strong after 2 months and it kind of like stays at that strength. Southbound, like 4 months, if it's like a stronger scent, like a witching hour, this is like super, super strong. Yeah, like I've been melting this bag and this is 3 months old and it's been doing okay, like a 7 out of 10, but I have a witching hour that's a year old and it's like an 11 out of 10. So, but again, it is consistent, and I'm trying to think if I have any scents from Southbound that were light. And I don't think so. The only time I've had scents from Southbound that don't throw for me is when they're just too old. I would say the cutoff is a year and 1 or 2 months, because I had a couple of pieces left over from her fall sampler last year, which was poured in either August or September. So it could have been a year and 1 month old, but did not get a throw from any of them. None of them. Like I got a 0. But then I had summer scents that were a year and 2 months old that threw really well. But those fall scents just may not have been as strong. Anyway, for me, generally, and I know I've gotten like a bunch of comments where people are like, what are you talking about, Lindsay? I have wax that's 2-3 years old and it throws. I mean, good the fuck for you, not me. Does not happen in my house. You can think I'm lying all you want. I don't know why the fuck I would lie about it, but shit that's over a year old, I don't get a throw from. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't get a throw from anything that's over a year old. Candles, yes. Wax, absolutely not. Hits that year mark, you have a couple things that are strong and then they're done. Anyway, yeah, Southbound's amazing. Consistent restocks, scents. Again, like her pre-orders, like she's pretty seasonal with her pre-orders. If there's something you love, it's always coming back. You can ask for it in the group. She does like the surveys, what do you want to see? So yeah, she's really good about that. I never feel the need to hoard scents from Southbound because I know they're always going to come back, even if it's like a year later. But for me, having to wait a year from a scent never phases me because I'm a seasonal melter. So it's like if I love something in the spring and it's not coming back till next spring, I don't mind waiting the year because I'm not going to melt it till the spring anyway, if that makes sense. So Southbound is number 2. Number 3 is Rose Girls. So again, Rose Girls, super consistent, great ordering style. It's almost always pre-orders, except sometimes she does flash sales, but I don't know too much about those because when I see flash sales, I like X out. Not just Rose Girls, I mean like any vendor. I don't do flash sales. Like I have enough stress in my life. A flash sale is not the type of stress I want or need. Like I'm just not about that life. Rose Girls, I strictly only order from pre-orders. So right now she has the mini melters open all the time. She has some that come out in like limited edition that are seasonal and out for like a month or so at a time. I need a nice long cure for Rose Girls. I would say 3 months is when I start to melt my Rose Girls, and after 3 months, they do incredible. So I actually just finished a bag from this haul, this mini melters haul. It was from July. It's 3 months old. I have my last couple of chunks melting right now, and it's doing great in my kitchen, which I never get sent in. Rose Girls is one of the few vendors that can hold down the fort in my kitchen. I do need to have 2 warmers going, but I need to have 2 warmers going in every room to get a scent. It's a pain in the ass, but I'm kind of over it now. Yeah, if I want to get a good throw, I need 2 candles, I need 2 warmers. Some rooms I need 4 candles. It just is what it is. And I'm talking like 4 3-wick Bath and Body Works just to smell the damn thing. It's a pain in the ass, but I have a huge stash. It's not like I'm running out of wax anytime soon. So like when you guys see my empties and you're like, oh my God, you get through a lot of wax. I have a lot of fucking warmers going on at once. Anyway, Rose Girls is awesome. I don't know if I can say whether I like the chunks or the mini melters better. I like them both the same. I do not blend my mini melters. That's the whole purpose of them, is to like get several scents that you can blend to make like one scent like her chunks. But I don't do that. I buy the scents because I love them individually, and I melt them by themselves. That's just what I do. And then like I just let Jenny do her magic, and like she can do the blending. I will buy her chunks, and this is how I'll experience her blend. I am not gonna play around with it myself because I'll make something disgusting. Like that's just not my arena. I will leave it to the pros. I love her mini melters. I believe these are they $7 a bag? Or are they 7 ounces? $10? I don't know. But anyway, they're awesome. I love them. And these chunks are great. I usually cut them in half, maybe a giant one like this, a third. It does best in a low wattage warmer for me. I get the best throw from Rose Girls in either my 20 watt Glade warmer or my 24 watt Michaels warmer with a really big dish. Again, like I said, Rose Girls really just fills my whole house. And I found that every time there's a scent that is not throwing for me, like if I put it in the warmer and I'm like, this is really light, I'm not getting a throw. If I put it back to cure, even if it's something like 4 or 5 months cured, if I give it another month or 2 and then I melt it again, it throws. So some do need a longer cure time than others, but I always try it out at like the 2 or 3 month mark, and I would say 70 to 80% of the time it throws. And then the rest of them, I just put them back on the shelf. Like for example, Circus Concession, I tried this at 1 month. I tried this in the middle of September. I got 0. So this is going on the shelf. I'll probably try it again in November. I don't know if I'm necessarily gonna want a Circus scent in November, so this may have to wait until next August. And we will see how it does. I don't think I've had Rose Girls at exactly 1 year. The oldest Rose Girls I've melted has been my Nilla Strawberry Noel loaf. And that is from, I believe, July of last year. July or August. It's definitely well over a year. And I just finished it the other day. It was not as strong as it was because I was melting it in my house back in March. And in March, before it hit the year point, it was bomb. Like I only needed 1 warmer and it would fill up any room you put that one little 20 watt warmer in. This week, when I finished off that loaf, I needed 2 warmers per room. And when I melted it back in March, I would say it was like a 12 out of 10. When I melted it the other day, it was like a 5 out of 10, maybe 5.5, 6. So at the year point, Rose Girls will still have scent, but it's clearly starting to fade, and it starts to lose its strength. So again, this is just what works for me. I gotta melt my shit within the year. So Rose Girls, great ordering style. I love Jenny. She's phenomenal. She's so creative with her blends. She has the best bakery. Like all of her bakery scents are just so incredible. Definitely my favorite bakeries. I love Rose Girls. I would say I order from Rose Girls every month. So far, the top 3, Zape, Southbound, and Rose Girls, these are the 3 vendors I order from every single month. These are who I'm ordering from every month. Like I very rarely, if ever, miss a restock from these guys. Southbound, I may not do both pre-order and ready to ship. Although typically, not gonna lie, I do order from both restocks. But if it's not both of them, it's always one or the other with Southbound. And Zape, I think this past month is the first time I missed a restock, and it's just because I already ordered from her twice last month. To finish, for the Super Tarts, but I love Super Tarts. I thought I would have ranked it higher, but I don't know. It somehow, Super Tarts found themselves in 4th place. And I think it's just because I have so much Super Tarts now. Like, I was ordering from her every month. So Brandy's the owner of Super Tarts. Again, she's super creative, super consistent with her restocks. Her site is always open, which is awesome. Like, if you're ever having a day where you're like, I just need to shop, Super Tarts is always there for you. Site's always open. You can always get something. She does sell these 3 different things: her band bags, which are pre-order, her potion packs, which are always online, and of course the clamshells, which are always online. She also does super pans, which for me is just an unnecessary amount of wax. I don't order super pans because I'll never get through all that wax in a year, and it's a waste of money for me. I was buying from Super Tarts consistently every month. I actually just placed an order with her the other week, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But that was the first order I had placed in about maybe 3 months. Within the same week, I did the pre-order for the advent calendar because I love the Super Tarts advent calendar. And then I just did a really small, like, I think $35 or $40, like, clamshell and body care order. I got like a scrub and a lotion. I really love her body care. Her scrubs are my favorite from any vendor. Super Tart scrubs are so fluffy. I love them. I do order body care from Zape as well. I have one sugar scrub from Zape, but I have not tried it yet, so I can't comment on it. I love Zape's whipped soaps. Her whipped soaps, I think, are my favorite. They are just super luxurious, super softening on your skin. It's kind of like my last step in the shower. It's just like a nice luxurious thing to do, to just like rub it into my skin. It's just so moisturizing and softening, and it smells so good and so strong. It lathers up beautifully, doesn't leave your skin feeling dry. It's just like my last step in the shower, and it's just like this added little thing that feels good. I love Zape's whipped soaps. And yeah, Super Tarts sugar scrubs. They're whipped, they're fluffy, they're so creamy. I use them to shave and to exfoliate my body. They're just fantastic. What else about Super Tarts? So yeah, I guess because her stuff is always on the site, like, she does come out with new products and like new scents regularly, maybe every month, every other month. But typically, because Super Tarts is so like complex, I think Brandy was a chef. So she's like really phenomenal with like flavors and scents and scent combinations, and she will combine things you would never like think to put together. But I never rush to get her new scents. And that's because, first of all, when her new scents come out, it's the ordering style that I do not like, where you gotta get in there fast, shit can jump to your cart, it can get sold out, so I don't fuck with that. I wait till later when they're like stocked in the site and I can get them easily. And also, because her scent combinations are so out there and so crazy, I know there's like a 9 out of 10 chance I'm not gonna like it. So I'm not gonna like rush to get something that I don't know I'm gonna like. I like to wait for everyone else to buy it, and then I watch everyone else's videos. I kind of creep around the groups. I see which one's getting hype, which ones people are like, and then I'll go in and buy it. Like, for example, when she came out with the Alice in Wonderland scents, none of them sounded good to me. None of them. I was like, I don't like any of these. They were all like, they were kind of like spring scents. Like, a lot of them with like floral and dirt and like weird shit in them. And I was like, yep, not about it. And then they came out, and I was like watching people's videos, and I kind of got the vibe that a lot of people didn't like them either. So I never got them. Never ordered anything from the Alice in Wonderland. And then a couple of friends sent me some, and I just didn't love them. So then there was the Wizard of Oz collection, and now that one got a lot of hype. And that one, a lot of people were like, there were a lot of them that were so good, especially I think there were a couple like Go to Sleep spinoffs. And one of them, I think it was Toto, it was one that's got like Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce or something else in it. People were like, oh, this is so good. And I ended up buying that one and I loved it. And I bought it when it was like easily in stock. I didn't have to rush for it. So yeah, I do love Super Tarts. I don't know why they fell to my 4, but obviously this is my top 4. It's not that there's anything like wrong or bad about it. Like they're still in the top category. So I don't know why I'm trying to like defend this 4th place situation. But anyway, yeah, those are my top 4 favorite vendors. Sorry, I don't have a top 5. I'm just like, I don't like go ham. I don't feel the need to try every new vendor because so few things actually perform in my house. Like there are a lot of top rated vendors and vendors that people love and like are ride or die for that are just shit in my house and just can't compete with the rooms, the airflow, the way it's set up in here. So I have found what works for me and that's why they are my favorite. You may try these vendors and you may not love them. They may not perform for you. As I said in the beginning, all I can talk about is what works for me, and what you're looking at in front of you is what works for me, is what I love. It's the businesses I choose to support, and these are really the top 3 I order from. If I order from anyone else, and it is kind of far and few between, it's kind of only like if there's something really special or exciting or like something going on in a restock where I'm like, I just got to get in there. That would be like L3, Rainbow Melts, Wilma's. Who else do I order from? I would do a Candy Panda pre-order. Candy Panda does pretty well in here. Only a pre-order though. I can't fuck with their monthly orders because first of all, it's always at the same time. It's like noon on Friday and I teach at noon on Fridays and I've always taught at noon on Fridays. So I've like never even looked at the Candy Panda list because it's just not gonna happen for me. I'm just not available to be at my phone or a computer at that time. And there's never anything left over on the site by the time I'm out of work. So it's just not worth it. I try to keep my eye on the Candy Panda restocks. The last time they had one, there just wasn't much I was interested in, and that's why I didn't do it. And that's kind of the problem with Candy Panda is like, there's never really enough that I want to warrant the shipping or the order, but their stuff does perform well for me. Anyway, I think that's it. I don't know if there's anything else I have to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this is what you were looking for when you asked for the top favorites. I hope this was helpful. If you have any other questions, anything else you want me to make a video on, just leave it in the comments below and I'm happy to do it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.